Hi, I'm Bryant Heatherly, your lead anchor. Our special guest and Student Spotlight of the Week is Luke Buckley. Luke is a graduation student at the College of Communication here at USA, a member of the rock band The Suzies, and appeared at the launching pad stage recently at Mobile's recent Downtown Bayfest. Also, there's a chill in the air as we move into our weekend, homecoming weekend, as USA's Jaguars get ready to play the Florida Atlantic Owls.
I'm Jordan Greer, your co-anchor. We'll highlight what's playing at Mobile Stadium, seating Hollywood Stadium Theater, and venture downtown as the History Museum of Mobile chronicles the evolution of American comic book superheroes.
And hey, I'm Raj. We'll discuss cooking tips, and look at the movies coming this week, which is Paranormal Activity 4 and Alex Cross, which is opening in theaters this coming Friday, October 19th. So stay tuned, guys.
All this and more as you prepare to dive into your weekend. Weekend Warmup starts right now. Welcome back. We start today's show with our Student Spotlight of the Week with Luke Buckley. Luke, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to us.
Hey, no problem.
So you're a graduate student here at USA, and you're also in a rock band called The Suzies.
That's true.
How do you juggle school and music?
School and music? I try to do the best I can. I wish I could devote more time to music, and it just depends on the week, you know.
Well, speaking of your band, The Suzies, what inspired that name? And
The Suzies?
Yeah.
Well, there was a gang in Tuscaloosa called the Johnnies, and the Johnnies, the head of the Johnnies, his name was Johnny, obviously, he slept with my girlfriend, Susie, and so we had a gang fight, and when we afterwards, one of the guys in the Suzies took out a razor blade and cut off the tip of Johnny's nose, and then we thought, well, we should start a band called the Suzies in honor of that,
that historic moment.
Yeah, it was really intense.
Well, you recently played Bayfest, and tell us about that.
It was awesome. It was really fun. We played Saturday of Bayfest. It was cool. There was a lot of people there, and afterwards it was really cool. I was standing out, and this girl that was just amazing looking, just hot chick came up to me, and she wanted to dance and stuff. And I think it was because I was playing music on stage.
Obviously, she's just trying to.
She was entranced. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, your magical guitar ways.
Goes a long way, dude.
Yeah. Well, how long have you been playing, and can you play anything besides the guitar?
I can. I started playing the drums when I was a teenager, and I played in drums all the way up to the Suzies. And when I first started playing the Suzies, I was actually the drummer, and then we lost a guy, and so I rose to the occasion, started playing guitar. But I come from a long history of musicians. My dad builds all the guitars. He's got a company called Chocolate Guitars, and he builds all the guitars. And he does the repair, so if one of the other guys, Jeremy, smashes his guitar or something on stage, my dad will fix it for him. My grandfather taught me how to play. So we come from the Buckleys are very musical people.
Well, that's a good trait to have. As a child, I mean, have you always wanted to be a musician? Has it always been gonna play one day?
It hasn't been I'm gonna play one day. It's I've always played. And like I said, I grew up in a family of musicians, so whenever the Buckleys got together, there was always music being played, and it just seemed like sort of a natural progression. Yeah. But aside from that, I've been working on film. This summer I started a documentary film on civil rights, and it's going to be shown at the Alabama Film Festival in November.
November, I'll make note of that. Being on stage, performing, that's got to be nervous. I mean, how were you feeling before Bayfest? Were you all, oh, God, I'm about to play in front of many, many people. How am I supposed to?
You just got to, like, really just put your heart and soul into it, and then when we practice so much and we play a lot, you kind of get used to it, but it's, I don't know, you just do your best. And Bayfest was like the first show that we played that wasn't like at night, so like no one had been drinking. I think that was like, I think that was a first for sure, that like everyone was like sober, and I think that totally helped the performance.
Well, obviously, you can't have the singer sloshing around on stage.
Well, one time our drummer got drunk and he took off all of his clothes, completely naked, and he was playing everything wrong, and then he just frustrated out of an act, he just threw his drum set over, and like full Monty, like in front of like the entire crowd. It was horrible.
Well, switching from music real quick, you're a grad student here. What are you studying?
Right, I'm a master's student in communications, and I'm focusing on like journalism and storytelling, I suppose. I've done some studies on like women in the workplace. I did a study last year about this. I did a case study about Carol Bartz, who was the first CEO of Yahoo, and this study looked at whether or not women are more likely to take leadership positions at publicly traded companies during times of organizational distress. And that paper might be up for a conference in February. And other than that, I've been working on this documentary film since the summer. We got a grant from the David Matthews Center for Civic Life in Tuscaloosa, and they provided us with $8,000 to make a short documentary film that will be shown in public high schools. So we're working with the League of Women Voters to take this film into schools to encourage kids to register to vote and get them civically involved.
I mean, they are our future, so.
Yeah, for sure. You say that jokingly, but it's true.
Well, yeah, half serious, half. And again, switching subjects real fast. If you don't mind me asking, I noticed you have a cat tattoo on your right forearm. Do you mind explaining that?
This is Fritz the cat. He's my spirit animal. He guides me, and he helps me make right and wrong decisions in my life.
Right and wrong. So
yeah.
It's like he's the devil and the angel on your shoulder.
I got it. I was living in New Orleans. I was a freelance writer, and I was freelancing in New Orleans because I could do it from anywhere. And right before graduate school, I was living down there, and I figured I ought to get something that's permanent because I was running out of money. And so I got Fritz the cat. I also have a bicycle here. I was a bicycle messenger in New York City for a little while, and that's my bike.
You sound like you've led an interesting life.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to freelancing in New Orleans, bicycle messenger, that seems dangerous in itself.
It was very dangerous. I didn't do it for very long.
Yeah. And then you're a musician and a student now.
Yeah. Yeah, life is busy. Life is busy. But it's good. It's good.
Well, thank you for coming to do your interview.
No problem. Happy to be here.
And I wish you luck with your music and your schooling.
Thanks. I really appreciate that. And for people watching, check out go on Facebook and like the Susies. Just type in the Susies on Facebook and you'll find it. We recorded a record last year, and it was actually voted one of the top 10 albums of 2012 by New Orleans music writers. Huh. So you can go on there and you can listen to it.
Well, you heard that. Just go to Facebook, like the Susies, and we'll be back later, and Luke will play a song for us. So stick around.
Preparing today reduces the consequences of a disaster tomorrow.
Have a kit so you're ready for any emergency. Develop a plan for what you and your family will do before disaster strikes, and stay informed during severe weather any way you can.
Preparing today reduces the consequences of a disaster tomorrow.
Whew.
Here we go. What? What?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent, because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you.
And welcome back to Weekend Warm-Up. And now we turn to Raj with his campus cooking tips.
Hey guys, this week cooking tips are finding broken glass under soapy water. If you break glass in soapy water while doing dishes, you can prevent cutting yourself while looking for it. Just use a tall, clean glass, drinking glass, or a wide, clear glass bowl while keeping the top part above the bubbles, and push just again, yes, and push the glass into the water and use it as a lens to look around and find the broken pieces. And also, most of the people are everybody in the morning they eat eggs. So also, if you aren't sure how fresh your eggs are, place them in about 4 inches of water. And eggs that stays on bottom of the bottoms are fresh. If one ends the tip up, the eggs is less fresh and should be used sooner. If it floats, it's past the fresh stage, so discard it. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj. We'll check back with you shortly for a review of a movie hitting the silver screen this weekend.
It's time for homecoming football, the annual university reunion for graduates, and another home game football experience opportunity for USA students and our Jaguar football team. USA Jaguars play the Florida Atlantic Owls coming Saturday. Both teams are 1-5, but while our Jags are 0-2 with the Sun Belt Conference, the Atlantic Owls are 0-3. Game time is 2:30 at Ladd-Peebles Stadium.
Superheroes are coming to Mobile this fall. The History Museum of Mobile is proud to announce the opening of its original one-time exhibition, Up, Up, and Away, Evolution of the American Comic Book Superhero, which explores how superheroes turned America's comic book industry into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. It will tell the fascinating story of how superheroes have evolved from before 1938's introduction of Superman to 2011's relaunch of DC's New 52. Themes touched on by the exhibit include anti-heroes and sidekicks, historical and literary traditions of comic books and superheroes, characters, stereotypes, and reflections of the American heritage. The exhibit will open this Saturday, October the 20th, with the Superheroes Night at the museum, family event, and close March 3rd, 2013. Visitors are encouraged to dress like their favorite villain or superhero at the opening of this coming Saturday. The museum is located in the Old City Hall Southern Market downtown building at 111 South Royal Street. Admission to the museum is $5 for adults, $4 for senior citizens, and $3 for students. For more information, call 251-208-7569.
Also, with the Superhero Museum weekend, there's special events going on from 4 to 9, and if you dress up in a costume, it's free to get in. Thank you, Jordan. We will return with Luke Buckley to perform for us. We'll hear from Raj on a movie opening this weekend in Mobile, and take a look at your weekend weather. We'll be right back.
Give up on sex, don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
sip.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. When you adopt a child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
My name is Fernanda. I'm the wife of a teacher. Budget cuts affected my husband's salary, so I'm picking up some part-time work. We're doing everything we can to make sure our kids eat today. Tomorrow, I just don't know. Fernanda, how'd I do?
Well, I usually fold the underwear first.
I meant the acting, but good to know.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Hi, my name is Luke Buckley. I play in a band called the Suzies, and this is a song called Mistakes. Take two. Well, I've been a fool for lesser things in my life. Fast women, booze, and putting up my dukes if I ain't thinking right. I stay drunk for days, doing my best to keep amused, but it always seems to bring me back to blue. And I have promised things that I knew I'd never keep. I've told my share of secrets I swore I'd never leak. I've been caught between something bigger than a lie. I've made a grown woman suffer, and I wondered why our love died. But the mistakes that I have made will not define who I become. They are the lessons that you learn when you are young. The machinery of industry, the innocence of youth, heartache that resides behind a noble guise of truth. The mistakes that I have made, the man I have become, the lessons that you learn when you are young. Strings in a case, waiting to be strung. Words on a page, waiting to be sung. The mistakes that I have made will not define who I become. They are the lessons that you learn. Everybody's heard them. They're the lessons that you learn when you are young.
Thank you, Luke, for performing for us today and for being our Student Spotlight of the Week. Time for weather. The forecast into the weekend includes the following. Thursday, there's a 40% chance of rain with a high of 80 and a low of 60. Friday, it's a high of 70, low of 55. Saturday, it's a high of 75, low of 52. And Sunday is a high of 78 and a low of 50. Now, that's going to get kind of cold, so remember to bundle up. And now, Raj for the weekend movie.
Thank you, Brian. Hey guys, it's Raj again with your movies this week. This week we have two nice movies which is releasing which is going to release this week. One is Paranormal Activity 4 and one is Alex Cross. Let's talk about Paranormal Activity 4. This weekend at Hollywood theaters, the film takes place 5 years after Paranormal Activity 2, which maybe you have seen, guys, which ended with a Kate kidnapping Hunter. It follows the life of Alice, her boyfriend Alex, her mother and her brother Wyatt, as a paranormal activity starts to occur in their house. When Katie and Hunter moves into the neighborhood, and all the scary stuff as you see, and the trailers are online with a good sampling of suspense in the store. And also, guys, my favorite actor Tyler Perry is playing as an detective, which is going to be as an Alex Cross. It's an awesome trailer. I've watched online. It's great, guys, and you definitely try to experience the thriller movie, because this is the first time for the Tyler Perry to do entirely from his basic line, which is like he usually do the comic and drama kind of stuff. This time he's doing entirely a suspense thriller. This story goes like this, like they're going to be a criminal where exactly matches the thinking thoughts of Alex Cross and how they get entangled with, and how the situation is going to turn up. And when Alex Cross was dealing with him, and suddenly it comes into the profession and also his personal life with his girlfriend. So from there, how the Alex Cross going to take the situation and how he solves it, and how the movie is going to be. You can wait and watch, and this week is going to be a pretty good stuff, and a lot of scary movies ahead, because it's a Halloween time, guys. So have a nice, great weekend, and see you next week.
Please join us next week when our Student Spotlight of the Week will be Colton Bradford. Colton is a broadcast journalism major here at USA and has appeared on the Voices of a Generation Student Speak Out panel with NBC Today shows and Curry. He's also a radio personality with Mobile's 95 KSJ and is the host of the Colton Bradford Show, which tapes on Tuesday nights in front of a live audience here on JAG TV. JAG TV's 2012 fall lineup of shows includes Morning Mayhem, The Colton Bradford Show, Melted, Girl Talk, and Jaguar News, and more. We thank you for watching. Please like JAG TV on Facebook. You can find us in the dorms on channel 63 and coming soon on www.southalabama.edu/JAGTV. We'll see you next week and have a great weekend.
And before going, I would like to say that yesterday was Jordan's birthday. We wish her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So, have a nice weekend, guys. Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.